got my bars. Who's the man demanding your hand over your Land Rover? No man's bolder than Davo when you glance over. I inflict sclerosis, the most ferocious. When I spy, my third eye's extremely high voltage. That's why I need ruby quartz glasses, cause when I jump at the chance that I might blast the masses. Instrumentals transmitted through piano, integrated in flow, calculated in nano. That's all I got.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CAMcast.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Yippee!
Yay.
Thanks for waving, Zack. I really appreciate it.
Waving on an audio podcast.
You know what? He waved at me. I liked it.
Theater of the mind, kids.
Yep.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah. The podcast that realized as it was driving away from not one but two unified cops, it has a headlight out. So,
Ooh.
yep. That was a fun realization to make. Anyway, I am Mike, deer leader, Doc Taste, herder of cats, leader of men, so on and so forth.
It gets funnier every week.
I try.
Meow.
It gets more true every week.
God, it really does.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He recognizes that my life is just careening downhill. It is our excitable child, Gavin Picar.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. He's
Sorry.
happy about it.
I am happy to be here.
We're happy to have you,
Yeah,
Gavin.
we really are.
Thanks, guys.
I love your bright smiling face, Gavin.
Aw,
It needs a cleaning.
aw. He's full of love and willing to clean off Gavin's bright smiling face.
Don't you go putting words in my mouth, goddammit.
Wow.
I could see the look on your face.
Oh, fair enough.
It is Daddy Rads himself, professor of the ghetto arts, Uncle Radical, Dave Raleigh,
Konnichiwa.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Mariska Hargitay.
Beat
Yeah.
me to it.
He's picking up on the joke down there at the end of the table.
Yeah!
That's a peeking. I'm sorry. Yeah, he just blew out your eardrums and is shadowy billionaire himself.
You're welcome. And ahoy hoy.
There you go.
Drip Sandy!
I was going to be really mad if you didn't say ahoy hoy because I want to steal it every time you're not here.
Well, thank you for
Yep.
letting me have my own thing.
I will let you have your thing.
It's Alexander Graham Bell's thing.
I don't give a shit. He's not alive.
Roasted.
Is he going to fight me over it?
I don't know. Somebody in this state might. I feel they might be litigious people.
You know what? I think I've got
I got
an old,
nothing.
I think
All
I've
right.
got an old telephone box from like Pacific Bell back in the 90s.
Amazing.
That's what happens when you grow up in Northern California. You take things off of federally owned poles.
You just steal. Well, he's just along for the ride at this point. It is. We don't have a nickname for him yet, but don't
Tall
worry.
kid.
We'll get there. We'll give you a nickname.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to pick your own nickname.
Shit. Okay, sorry.
That's not how this works. All right.
Cool.
I had a
Well,
conversation with my teenage daughter about that. She kept trying to make her own nickname stick. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Well,
When
Dave,
you get a nickname, it'll be because it's been given to you.
The nickname will come organically.
Dave did give me the nickname. TK.
Yeah, but that's for work.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So
Sorry.
So when you clock in, I own you. But right now we own you.
yeah,
I was going to say I'm not a free man.
No.
sort of. I mean, I don't know. You can leave whenever you want, but anyway,
Bye.
You
okay,
are
he's
you are
leaving.
as free as local, state, and federal laws allow.
He's getting a harsh lesson in life right now. It is Zach Lords. How you doing, buddy?
Present.
Attaboy. Attaboy. And paying for this ridiculous party, they're friends over at Steady Broke Clothing.
SteadyBroke.com, steady.broke on all the various social medias. Tommy's still out on tour.
Yep.
He's posting pictures from, where is he, Denver?
Yeah, he was in Denver.
Yeah,
And
playing
then-
in the snow.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
on his way to Montana right now.
Wow. All right.
that's a step in the right direction, I
That's-
think.
I mean, if he's trying to avoid the cold, he's just getting closer and closer to Canada.
But you know, if you can't avoid the cold, you could buy a sweatshirt from Steady Broke.
Damn right. Get yourself a nice hoodie.
They got hoodies. They've got, let's see here, T-shirts. You can get the new Broke State University T-shirt.
Yep.
You can get, what are they, the dad hats?
Yep.
You're
Dad
wearing-
hat, snapback.
Yeah, you're wearing the Broke, the original prototype. And it's
Yeah.
good looking.
Yeah.
It's good looking.
It's because it's on me, but you know.
Whatever you got to tell you. Weave that lie into a blanket and wrap yourself up in it tonight, buddy. But it does
Oh,
look
I
good.
will.
You're a beautiful man, Trent.
Yep.
I just want you to know that.
Yep.
Thank you. I heart you, Dave.
Archie, too.
Duh. Anyway. And you know what? You can show our sponsor some heart and let them know that we sent you by using the coupon code CAMAUTO15 at checkout.
Boom. There it is. You save 15% on the entire order
Yep.
when you
Tom-
type that bad boy in.
Yep. Tommy and Megan know that We sent you over there. Everybody wins.
Indeed.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody.
At steadybroke.com, steady.broke on all social media.
Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams.
Damn right.
Boom.
We are currently in the basement. That is, got to give a quick shout out to Brandon Kuhn for coming over, helping out, getting a couple more outlets run down here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. Cam Superfan.
Yep. So
Cam Superfan coming in clutch with the
Thanks,
amps.
bro.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we got to...
Hit me up, Brandon. I may need some work at my house.
Yeah, don't worry.
He's always looking for side work.
Yes, he is. But anyway, so we have some racing news to get to.
We've actually got quite a bit on the agenda today.
Yes.
It is packed.
And first and foremost, this one is really kind of breaking motorsports news right now because everybody's really divided on it. It's this all-female racing series that's starting next year.
Yeah, it's, I mean, depending on who you talk to, it's either the greatest thing that is going to help women in racing, or it is the worst thing and has set them back just decades. So,
and a lot of people feel both ways.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. So, yeah, Pippa Mann, a famous.
Well, first I think we should
hold on. Okay.
Yeah, explain what it is before we start giving quotes.
Right. What are they racing?
It's an open wheel series. It's called the W Series, and it's going to start in 2019.
I wonder what W stands for.
The Westlands. I don't know. But, so it has the backing of David Coulthard, a guy who knows his way around an open wheel vehicle. Adrian Newey, a man who knows his way around a pencil. And former McLaren and Manor team manager Dave Ryan and journalist and communications professional Matt Bishop. Those are the guys kind of behind the scenes there. And it's going to be free to enter. 18 to 20 drivers have been proposed, but nobody's been named yet. Everybody's going to be in Tata's T318 Formula 3 cars with 1.8-liter turbocharged motors. And so there's a prize fund of $1.5 million, and they're going to pay out all the way down to 18th place.
Wow.
Per each round.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you get a $500,000 for the series winner.
Yeah.
Excuse my inner feminist for coming out, but a bunch of men are running a women's racing series.
All right, don't hurt yourself stretching out too hard like that, buddy.
Man, you're going to pull a hammy getting that far out of whack.
Oof.
Man.
But anyway, so now we can get into... I think now we've explained exactly what it is we're talking about. Now we can start talking about some of the quotes and some of the points for and against said series. So what did Pippa Mann have to say? Jesus Christ.
Take your time,
I took
Trent.
a bite of pizza. That was bad timing, all right?
Terribly bad timing.
Yeah, Pippa Mann basically says that, it was a huge step backwards for women. It's saying that segregation is okay. That's her opinion. David Coulthard, on the other hand, he's involved in it. He basically says the opposite. It's giving them an avenue. Right now, they currently have a glass ceiling of the Formula 3 level.
Which is very true. I mean, the last female to start a Formula 1 Grand Prix was 30 years ago.
Does Pippa Mann also not like the WNBA and women's soccer and other segregated...
I mean...
Hold air quotes.
So
segregated women's sports.
Well...
The WPGA.
I mean...
Or, sorry, LPGA.
Yeah, the LPGA.
My bad.
It's...
Ladies, not women. Let's be...
Right, they're proper.
Yeah, so here's how here's how I'm kind of coming down on this whole thing. Yes, there is a glass ceiling, and that's because nobody's really giving them an opportunity beyond that. It's just okay, good job, you're doing good there. Okay. Got this 18-year-old dude who's just, flush with cash.
Right.
He's terrible. He wrecks every car that he's in, but you know what?
He has money.
Exactly.
He has money and has chiseled features.
Exactly. Statuesque man.
Indeed.
We're going to go ahead and throw some stuff behind him. So,
right.
This is, it's an avenue to get more exposure and also to kind of get more confidence with, traveling around to beyond just a regional thing. So, that's helpful, but also at the same time, it's David Coulthard and Adrian Newey and the former, McLaren team manager. why couldn't you just, like, throw your weight behind someone and get them, into a seat?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, like, it's one of those, there are points on both sides, and I'm not going to come down, like, I'm not going to give you outrage on either side of this thing.
You're not going to start taking hot takes.
No, God. I mean, somebody else, the internet's full of them, don't worry. So, if you want that, just point your internet-connected device at, whatever.com/W Series Hot Takes, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, this is one that there's just going to be so many opinions on both sides, for and against.
Yeah, and it's just...
that might even be its downfall. We'll see.
Yeah, or I mean, it could be, like, amazing racing, but we're not going to really see it because the actual racing has been overshadowed by everybody yelling about it. So, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows where this is going to land?
I'm excited to see where it ends up, though.
Yeah.
I think there's some potential to make it something great, whether it will.
Yeah, that's definitely...
I mean, it's not going to be a revolutionary thing that happens overnight. We need stepping stones.
Yeah, we need... I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that egos, agendas, and the human element are just going to destroy this.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also one of those, like, well, why don't they, like I said earlier, I mean, you could get somebody a seat, but you have to find the right person. You just can't take, the closest person who did all right in their, Formula 3.
Right.
And then just be like, well, congratulations. You're going to be joining Sergei Sorokin over at Williams. Have fun, or wherever,
So I'm just going to give a couple cents here and then I'll be done. I don't see this having immediate, crazy, awesome success.
No.
Hopefully this series can inspire girls down the road, girls that are maybe, 10 years old right now.
Yeah.
To then, get into cars and into karts and then into racing and then, the natural progression that way. And hopefully that can start, this whole, like a movement, basically. Yeah. Kind of like, it's interesting. Taylor Swift actually, about 10 years ago, she, like the music from back then, she influenced a lot of girls to start playing music and playing guitar because she did.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get a really solid figurehead in this women's racing league.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I can't remember who it is, but somebody announced that they're going to be fielding an all-female, in IMSA next year, an all-female GTD team.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah. I feel as though that one is also going to be, that's going to be put under a microscope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Despite how much of a badass Catherine Legg has been in IMSA, in the NSX GT3 for Michael Shank Racing.
Yep.
And how much of a badass she has been over her career.
Or just in general.
Yeah, it's just going to be like, oh, well, look at this, all-female team failing to, complete a race,
Yeah.
or whatever. Or, no, the stewards gave him a break because, I'll just look at him. It's going to be garbage takes from both sides.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I'm going to want to just destroy the internet.
I'm looking forward to that.
God. Just me with an axe down at the data center in Utah County.
Doing some major work down there.
Yup.
Doing some Minecrafting.
Yeah, damn right. Got to get them diamonds somehow.
Got to pickaxe through that concrete first. Next on the list is another one we all knew was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
F1, of course, after their Canadian Grand Prix blunder.
Yup.
Well, now they're taking the responsibility of the checkered flag away from people.
That's good.
Theoretically.
Well,
theoretically,
yeah.
Yes. It probably will still be somebody pushing a button.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's going to be somebody in a point of...
Yeah, it's not going to be just, like, whomever. I'm just happy to be here.
Right, exactly. Case in point, Winnie Harlow, the model that was waving the flag a lap too early because she was instructed incorrectly.
Yeah, like...
two laps too early.
Right.
Yeah. I think there was somebody, like, last weekend in, like, some race in Europe. Yeah, they threw the flag, like, a lap early.
Ugh.
It's like, come on.
I mean, this is a thing that's happened in motorsports since motorsports began.
I mean, it's not hard, though, right?
It's not.
You have one job.
You would think.
You would think.
In a worldwide series like F1,
yeah.
I could see some issues because North America does a lot of things a bit differently than the rest of the world.
But we can still count, right?
Well, yeah. But,
you would think.
Well, it's... I think it's
well, there's so many numbers.
This is the new math, right?
We like
this
to,
is new math?
We like to go with, laps that we've completed, not laps that we are on.
Yeah.
So laps completed would be 70 of 70, right? Which would mean that's, you're done, right?
Yes.
No, well, you're on lap 70 of 70 according to the rest of the world. So you have that last lap.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's where the misunderstanding comes from.
Right.
Yeah,
With a
there's-
lot of this.
Yeah, there's that, and then also, you have the race director speaking into a microphone, much like I am right now,
Right.
saying to, the starter, all right, checkered flag for the leader this time by.
Right.
And if you are in a series where, say, you have two identical cars from each team
Right.
whipping around the track, you may...
The average rookie's not going to know which is which.
Exactly. You may perhaps confuse somebody. So...
The officials that do this on a regular basis don't get confused because this is something they're used to.
Yeah. It's just, it's just one of those, I can see where, this problem stems from, and it's just, FIA just you know what, forget it. We can just have the race director hit another button. He doesn't have to get out of the booth or anything, he just, boop.
Pretty much exactly what's going to happen. It's official now. Was announced last Friday. They say they're not going to rely on humans anymore, and a computer will get the responsibility again, instead. What that ultimately means is somebody's probably going to push a button that tells a computer to do something, which
guess what? There's still a possibility for human error.
somebody's going to push that button a lap too early, and
Yeah.
I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Yep.
Anywho,
Or even better, a lap too late.
right.
Oh my God! Yes,
Exactly.
it completed 71 of 70 laps.
So the light panel at the start-finish of all these F1 races is now going to have checkered lights, apparently. So I'm assuming white lights and then just have white and not lit and white and not lit.
That or maybe LED.
Perhaps
Just
even-
black,
perhaps even
like
that.
white and black LEDs.
This article on Jalopnik doesn't specify, but they're also saying the traditional checkered flag is not going to completely disappear. It is going to remain a novelty. And is going to be a secondary signal because not everybody from where they're at on the track can see the light panel at the start-finish line.
Okay.
But are people racing actually looking at the podium or the podium, but the flaggers?
The flag stand?
Flag stand, there you go.
Who knows? Might be a little bit of driver training on their part for this one. So, yeah, this is a weird one, but they're gonna make it official for next year, and I guess we're gonna see how it works out. I still have my reservations because I don't trust people or the computers that they operate.
Can't trust
So
anything,
who do you
man.
trust?
No one.
The Terminator.
That's a computer.
But not
Kind
operated by a
of.
human, though. I see what he's saying.
All right, I get it.
Anywho.
Moving on.
You know what else is crazy?
Australia. At all.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yep.
It's an entire continent / country that wants to kill you.
It is life's hard mode.
It really is. And, sometimes hard mode chucks an off-road stadium truck at you over a fence.
Yep.
Damn.
Things like that
I
happen.
want that to happen. It sounds like fun.
So,
It's really
The-
not. Those things are big and fucking heavy, man.
yeah, they are. They're
Like,
They'll
massive.
fuck you up.
They are terrifying.
So, Australia's ban on the stadium super trucks is upheld in a court decision.
Yeah.
We all kind of saw it coming. Robbie Gordon didn't help.
Yep.
It's really a bummer, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Really
It was
is.
a fun series. I love watching it.
Well, I mean, don't worry. It's still legal here where
Right.
we are currently living. And there's plenty of goofy-ass shit in Australia for them to watch. It's just, one less crazy-ass thing that may or may not try to kill you.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you can watch the Super Ute series, which is just the most ridiculous damn-ass thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'll go with that. It is pretty radical.
Nothing like seeing a bunch of Volkswagen Amaroks and other, small pickup trucks we don't get in this country running around, hitting the curbs,
Exactly.
rolling over,
I'm okay with it.
because physics is a thing. It's hilarious.
Science, yo.
Yep.
Science, bitch.
Yep. But, Supreme Court of Victoria held this thing up. And, yeah. Unfortunately. Not sure if this is going to get, kicked up to another court, but because I don't know how the Australian legal system works, I'm not familiar with the Commonwealth. But alas, No Stadium Super Trucks for Australia. Sorry, guys.
I was going to make a Fallout 4 reference, but I decided not to.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. I love that's where you went, though.
It's at Commonwealth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, we're right. We're there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm picking up what you're putting down there, son.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so there was some actual racing happening this weekend.
Yeah. What? Something.
Yeah, something kind of big. It was Petit Le Mans.
Yeah.
The end of the IMSA season.
Is it big or is it small?
I mean, it was large in stature, but I don't know.
It's small in Le Mans.
It's less than half a Le Mans. It's less than half of a French factory town. There you go.
Air 5.
So, let's see. I caught bits and pieces of it. What I saw was the Wayne Taylor coming down the front straight, 4 wide, the Wayne Taylor DPI, the Cadillac, kind of make a slight move to set up for turn 1. This then caused the Gainsco DPI to move in a reactionary manner into the Ferrari that it was next to. It hit the Ferrari.
Oh.
The Ferrari then moved over, because again, physics, into the Turner Motorsports M6
Oh, no.
GT3, and the M6 went onto the grass, and there was no coming back.
Oof.
Brought out a full course yellow. Where then, oh, don't worry, it gets better.
Boy.
After a service in the pits, the number 55 Mazda Team Yost. By the way, Team Yost, the people who got Audi all those WEC titles.
Yeah.
You know, the reason we accept Audi as being like this dominant racing team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Team Yost. They're now running a Mazda DPI effort.
Well,
Why?
okay.
Because Mazda's efforts with other people were not paying dividends.
Ooh, okay.
So just remember, Team Yost. Coming out of the pits, the number 55 car, after receiving a routine service, loses its left rear wheel and then has to do a lap of the track.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're pulled off, the car has to go behind the wall and you're losing more and more laps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just slowly puttering around, teeter-tottering.
Oh my god.
It's better to lose 10 laps than DNF.
Is there a photo of that? I need to see this.
Probably somewhere. But let's see, Wayne Taylor Racing managed to collect themselves another Petit Le Mans win, cementing them as one of the most dominant teams of the decade. Just because, you know, Wayne and formerly both of his kids, now only one of his kids. You know, Ricky went over to Team Penske. Usually a good move. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily always a good move. But, yeah. So they snatched that victory on the last lap. Then, just give me... There we go. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, Michael Shank Racing had a chance to win the GTD title with the aforementioned Catherine Legg, but unfortunately, they narrowly missed out on it. So, unfortunately, that is how that one went down.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, they had a hell of a season. I mean, Michael Shank went from being a factory team back to being a privateer team, and they still, you know, they only had one car competing full time. The other one was just for the longer endurance races, the Tequila Patron North American Enduro Cup, whatever the hell it is. So, yeah, I mean, even with just basically one car, a lot of these other teams were still running both cars. Michael Shank was still in the title hunt, so not bad.
Yeah, that's definitely not bad.
Not bad at all. You know what else is bad? Beanies. A thing we now have.
Whoa.
Cam Auto
What?
We got more headgear?
We'll get to that.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have beanies, and you know what? We have 2 flavors of beanie.
Whoa.
Pom-pom and no pom-pom on the top.
I want pom-pom.
Give me that pom-pom.
I can totally look like Stan Marsh and still rep Cam Auto Mag.
Yeah.
You can.
Actually, I need to fact check you on this. I need to go to what's the website again, Trent?
It is CamAutoSwag.com.
Ooh. Very
Yes.
nice.
Much at the behest of our dear leader, he wanted
Yep.
a beanie for himself, and he hit me up and was like, "Can we do this?"
Yeah.
And
Well,
sure enough, we can.
I asked you when it was like 42 degrees outside.
Right.
So I'm like, maybe, perhaps. Call me crazy.
Well, then it snowed, and then it got really warm again, and it's going to continue to be warm this week. But the cold weather will be back.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to Utah.
It will.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They are delightful.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one of these
Yeah, man.
for show.
Get yourself a pom-pom
I'm gonna
beanie.
get that for show.
Get yourself a hoodie,
For showsies.
you know? Get yourself outfitted for fall/early winter.
Get your child a onesie,
First winter.
Yes, let's say first winter.
Yep.
or you could get yourself a hat like Dave and Gavin are wearing today.
We're both sporting.
Yeah, yours is like new and fresh. I got like some paint on mine. Shit, mine's been around.
Yeah, and I'm
I
gonna
work in the shed.
It's all good.
pull a Superman on you and show off
Ooh,
my
son.
blue cam long
That's,
sleeve.
that's the fall collection right there.
That is.
Damn,
I'm all
son.
about the fall
Yep.
collection.
I dig.
We got all
You
kinds of
want me
goods.
to do one of these for you?
No,
No.
put it
Never
down,
do that
Zach.
again. Never
Damn it.
do that again.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the fall collection. We got the Mount Canmore shirt, the
Yes.
Chevette shirt.
We've got ourselves a tote bag.
Yes, we do. And we even have a shirt to commemorate the man who is missing from this podcast.
Have you seen him?
Yes, he is driving his new Passat GT right now.
So jelly.
Glad he finally got something.
Something.
Yeah.
It wasn't the E55 he
Yeah.
said for years he would get.
No, but it's the thing he's been talking about getting for months now, so at least he knocked something
the
out.
spreadsheet one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He needs to do some like cat deletes or some shit.
The spreadsheet is never lost. Undefeated. You can't,
and you can remain undefeated by getting some gear at CAMautoswag.com.
or you can take that L and look glorious doing it. Either way, man.
Yeah.
Just rock that stuff.
It's true.
Yep.
out that credit card.
And you know, as an absolute bonus, you bigger folk out there,
Oh,
cater
yeah.
to you as well. We're fat kid friendly.
Yep.
We go up to 4X on a lot of our stuff.
No, we go up to 4C. Remember?
Oh, that's right. It's 4C, thick with 4 C's.
Yep.
Like the alpha.
Exactly. The 4 cheese.
Yep. There
You can
go.
have 4 cheese pizzas and still fit into our Cam Auto Swag.
Hey, there you go.
That was a reference if I ever did hear one.
Perfect.
There you go.
Shit.
God. It's CamAutoswag.com.
Boom. Support us.
Yes.
Help us keep doing this.
Yep. We'd
This
appreciate
is fun.
it. All right. Well, now let's start off with a bummer.
Yes,
Oh.
a little bit of a bummer. We're not going to get too deep into it, but we just want to say we appreciate all the corner workers out there. Evil Trent sent in formerly Evil Trent, I should say, sent in an email saying the details over this, but unfortunately a track worker lost his life at Laguna Seca yesterday. Really a sad situation. We don't want to get too much into the details. However, we do appreciate all the corner workers out
Yeah.
there. Appreciate all the people who put their lives on the line.
Yep.
Local and abroad.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Corner workers are underrated.
Yep.
Photographers are underrated in
Thank
terms
you.
of their safety being put on the line. And then obviously the racers. We appreciate all those who are out there living their best life. So
All right.
Having all the fun.
Well, now that we brought the podcast to a screeching halt,
yes.
let's talk about something else.
Something else that's being brought to a screeching halt.
Oh, man.
Right.
Mercedes AMG killing the V12.
Yeah, the Dirty Dozen is no more.
Well, I mean, are we surprised
We're
with how
really
everything's
not.
going? Like,
No.
yeah.
No, but
I mean, it's a bummer, but like, it's not a surprising thing.
yeah.
So,
I hope that the V12 makes a comeback in like 10, 15 years when they can make it more fuel efficient.
It
and
won't.
It can be ironically cool, so somebody will do it anyway.
So I have a question here. Who still makes V12s? I know Lamborghini does.
BMW still does.
They still do. In their
Aston?
The
Aston still does, but they're using a Mercedes AMG motor for their newest car.
It's
Bentley
true.
does.
Well, they have the V8 Mercedes.
I thought their newest one was a Mercedes.
No, they have
it's a smaller version of the old Aston motor.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
With turbos, but their 4.0 V8 is the same one from the AMG GTS and
Yes.
all that good stuff.
Yes.
So
and then,
basically-
Interesting.
yeah, BMW, Bentley. Yeah, there's not many people out there still
But
having
their 12 is a W,
well,
right?
That's a
I'm
12
counting that.
cylinder.
Okay.
All right. Well, it'll live on in the S65 until the refresh, which is soon to be coming. and then it's gone. And I would like to take this opportunity to tell you I want a G65. I don't care what you think.
You want a filing cabinet on wheels?
With a twin turbo V12, yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
Doesn't
Has
it
side
make
pipes?
Sign me up.
doesn't it make similar power as the 63?
It makes a little bit more. I mean, 604 horse, 730 pound-feet of torque, electronically limited.
Well,
Right.
Of course, because they don't want to keep paying, their engineers to build a better transmission.
Right, exactly.
I would
And they
love
don't want to
see one of
outsource.
those.
They don't want to outsource to ZF
Right,
because we know ZF has a box that'll take that.
right. But what is it? Brabus, I think, unlocks it a little bit.
They
to
do.
get a little bit more.
They unlock everything Mercedes.
Yeah, but man, do I want a G65? It's just all the excess.
I would love to see that.
I think Mike and I mean, this was a long time ago, back when the G65 first was introduced into the U.S., and you were still living with me, if I remember correctly. But we had a little discussion in the house. Would you take a G65 or an Aventador? And I would take a G65.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Gavin is deep in thought.
That's a tough one. You take the G. Don't lie.
Well, it depends on how many other cars I have and what those cars are.
Camera vehicle. Come on.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of camera vehicles,
Yes?
over on the Hoonigan bonus channel, they
Yes.
had Larry Chen is building a SEMA car,
Oh,
and
my
he is
goodness.
building a camera car out of a new Corolla hatchback.
Oh, my
Sweet.
goodness.
Like, it's gonna have, like, an arm coming off the roof and
Oh, my
everything.
God, yes.
Yeah.
It's like those $500,000, Cayennes or Panameras
Yeah.
or some shit, but like it's a Corolla.
Yeah, it's a 6-speed Corolla. It's delightful.
I'm
Oh,
cool with
it's
it.
the manual?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which, by the way, he took it out to a dry lake bed, was just, like, whipping it around.
Bobbing.
Yeah, and,
We should do one. We should do that. We should find like the Lemons version of that.
I've always wanted to do one with like a 740 wagon.
okay.
740 wagon.
Volvo.
Volvo.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah,
I get
no,
it.
there's a point where he gets out and he just like yells, "There is no e-brake." So,
Huh.
little bummed that you can get a 6-speed Corolla. Yay! Bummed that it
Yeah, you
So
can't.
electronic
you can't have
brakes.
fun.
exactly you just got like a button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Here's the deal, guys. Just run a toggle switch with a fuse right back to the rear solenoids.
There you go.
It'll lock.
Problem solved.
Might void a warranty.
Whatever.
Might.
What's warranty?
Exactly.
When's the last time you cared about a warranty, Dave?
Yeah. Speaking of
I have
vehicles,
never owned anything with a warranty.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you ever owned anything with a warranty?
I've
Nope.
had parts with warranties.
you are the warranty.
I am the warranty.
Speaking of vehicles, you will want a warranty for. Jaguar is contemplating M-Power for their next F-Type.
Well, that's interesting because we were just talking about Aston having Mercedes power plants.
Right.
So this isn't actually that far off from that.
But the thing is, why would you want the BMW motor? I
Why
like that
not?
Mercedes motor, but the S63, the 4.4 twin turbo V8 from the BMWs, they're not that reliable.
Oh, I
Oh.
just realized something. What's going to happen to Pagani if they're stopped making the AMG V12?
Well,
That's Pagani's backbone.
who knows?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They probably got a
Horatio.
Well, they haven't made that.
Horatio's a smart guy.
They
He'll
haven't
figure
made
it
that
out.
motor in a while. That's in the Paganis. They're
But that's
7.3,
what's-
aren't they?
Well,
Yeah,
that,
that's
that, that's
Yeah.
what's in the
Huayra.
Huayra.
yeah. No,
Because-
I guarantee you, they just have like a bunch of them lying around because it takes them a year
Right.
and a half to build a car.
Right.
So
If
Yeah.
they have 100
Yeah.
stored up, they have
they're fine. They will
3 or 4
never
years of production.
they will
figure it
never
out.
they will never run out of engines.
Maybe by that point they'll just go to electric.
God, yeah.
Just go straight to the blend tech, baby.
Indeed.
Speaking of which, tune in on Thursday to see which vehicle we decide to blend tech up.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one.
Oh, and how.
Speaking of engine sources, back to this Jag. The next F-Type is supposed to be getting an M-sourced twin turbo 4.4 liter V8.
That's literally what we've been talking
We've been
about.
talking about for the last 5
well,
minutes.
pardon me.
Yeah.
But one thing you didn't say is it wouldn't happen until 2020. But what's interesting about that, so they've got, right now, they've got their 5-liter V8 that's makes between 550, 575 at its peak.
That's in the SVR, yeah.
Right. But they're talking about this could be at 560 or 625 horse, and it also something we haven't.
Well, it's going to
Put
actually
in-
have shove. It's going to have torque.
Well, not only that, they're going to make it lighter, roomier and make it a 2+2,
Ooh, I like that.
which would be interesting. Which would
Interesting.
make it something theoretically feasible for my family to have as an extra car. Still not going to happen.
It's
But
going to put it closer to what exactly? The 911 Turbo?
good
Possibly?
point. Yeah.
Just as a competitor? Because, I mean, if you're looking at the F-Type right now, price-wise, it's really in, like, the Carrera S area.
Isn't
Yeah.
it about
Right now?
80, 70 to 80 for base, for the V6 base. I thought.
I'm talking about R.
Oh,
The
oh.
R is around 100.
I'm
the-
talking about the Jaguar.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Oh,
talking
the R.
about.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yes.
F-Type R.
I just
Yeah.
put two and two together. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the F-Type R is around, it's in the low hundreds, like 105, 106, and then by the time you add options like carbon brakes and all
Like
that stuff, it's at around
130,
125, 130. That's really in 911S area with
Right.
options, like 911S with PDK,
Right.
or in
And
the
that's,
Sport Chrono.
that's the crazy thing is it's
But
competes with the mid-range 911,
well,
but it's the top
and
end.
that's for price though, just
Right.
price wise. But then if you look at the car's capabilities and what it actually is dynamically, it's really closer to like 911 Turbo.
Yeah, it's a muscle car though. It is definitely a muscle car. It's not.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting stuff. But the funny thing is, contrary to that, completely contrary to that F-Type story, Jaguar might be making a move to all EV within the next 5 years.
Ooh.
Well, so has the I-Pace come out?
I think it's out-ish. Like I think it's rolling out now, not officially in dealerships, but
Right.
it's a great car from everything I've heard. I've heard a lot of reviews that say it is a dynamic vehicle, and it's going to be a great move for them. However, that would be really interesting to see everything go EV. It's Jaguar's trying to reinvent themselves, and this is in advanced stages. However, it's not. Nobody's pulled the trigger yet on this happening, but it is in advanced stages talking about making that move.
Do you remember the CX-75?
Oh yes, I
Their
do.
jet-propelled thing back, 10 years ago?
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I remember Carl Brauer, if you know who he is.
No.
He's been an editor at Edmunds, editor-in-chief at Edmunds,
cool.
and then he's been at Road and Track. He's
been around.
He's been around all over the place. He ended up putting a deposit on one of those. He's like,
Really?
This is one of those things where I didn't know if I was going to be able to afford it, but I loved the concept so much that I flew out to Jaguar, said, take my money,
Wow.
and it didn't end up happening. The last
Yeah.
time he did that was on the original Ford GT, which he did end up buying.
Wow. Original.
Right. And then...
Like the 05?
Yes.
Okay.
Which he just sold to Doug DeMuro.
Oh, that's who we bought it from?
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
But anyway.
Very cool.
It's an interesting thing, though, that I could see Jaguar doing this. It's trying to get a jump on things.
Well, they've never really been,
They've
at
lost
the
their soul.
pinnacle of anything for a long time.
Right.
They haven't built the nicest things. They haven't built necessarily the fastest or most capable things.
Right.
They've built some beautiful cars recently.
Yes.
I feel like
I love the F-Type.
the F-Type. I mean, even the Roadster with the top down is.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And the Roadster is nice because you hear the exhaust. Ooh.
Yeah. Well,
even on
so,
the 6-cylinder, man, that thing.
I mean,
sounds
I
good.
drove an R through Emigration Canyon once.
Is it Mike's?
No.
Okay.
This was a dealership car.
Oh, nice.
It had 50 miles on it, and it was in December, and it still had the summer tires, the Pirelli Summers, but it had all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
70% of that power goes to the back tires still, but I mean, the pops and the bangs you hear from inside the car, with the windows up even, is splendid. And then you put the windows down, and you drive next to a wall, and it just goes.
I can't wait for those to become more affordable on the used
They're
market.
starting to. Mike sold his for not that much, I don't think.
Like 40s?
It's in the 40s, yeah.
Okay.
Like high 40s, I think.
That's not bad.
Considering it's a $100,000 car.
Right.
550 horse.
Get me down into the 20s and I am in.
His was rear wheel drive, I believe, though.
Oh, I'm all about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now he's got a GT3, so.
Yeah, he actually works right or lives right around the corner from my work.
Nice.
Yeah, I just saw his car yesterday.
Anyway, yeah. So Jaguar, we'll see what if they end up pulling the trigger on that.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. I hope that this is kind of their turning point as a brand. I mean, they've become better and better since Tata bought them.
Right. So, like, their whole Ford ownership years, they just had no direction, it seemed like.
Oh, so bad.
So
bad.
Now, granted, their 5-liter V8 is Ford sourced, so
Yeah, but everything else was just
it's gotten a lot
trash.
better. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of things to get Gavin all worked up and excited about, Lazante, which, if you did not know, they built that P1 LM recently that is just gorgeous and amazing. P1 GT, sorry. They did a P1 LM, but they also did a P1 GT that is the most gorgeous car ever in the entire world, which probably should have been on my dream car list from a few weeks back, not last week's, because that's not the right year. But anyway, Lazante is building 11 F1 powered 930 Porsches.
Yes.
So you've seen pictures recently coming out after Rennsport of a 930 with an F1 Porsche built 1.5 liter turbo V6 in it. However,
Screamer.
They got 11 of these motors, and it made up to 1,000 horsepower in qualifying trim. I sure hope it doesn't make that much in a 930.
I mean,
I sure hope it does.
I mean, it can make 1,000 in the 930. It won't make it for long.
No.
No.
So this one, or like these 11, it's looking like they're making closer to 750.
Yeah, so that was the race trim.
That's a more more reliable.
Yeah. But
figure.
these were motors that were actually raced in McLaren F1 vehicles in 85 and 86.
So if you have more money than God and want to be quintessentially rad, you can pick up one of these.
Yeah, there's no mention of a price, but I mean,
if you
really,
if you have to ask,
I feel like these are probably already sold.
I'm sure they
it's
are.
all insider
Yeah,
track
no,
thing.
these, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and
But
if you have to ask, you probably can't afford
just
it.
think of a tachometer with 9,000 RPM red line behind it in your Porsche 911.
I was
then
going
you
to say
could-
you have one
Well, in a 930.
in a Honda, but yeah.
But yeah, I love this idea, and I hope to see more of this stuff happening while regulations allow for it.
Yes.
Because it's old enough that it can kind of get away with that.
They
But
can skirt those nasty laws.
yeah, those nasty laws that want to protect you and keep you safe and
Yeah,
such.
fuck that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because the 930 obviously already has the reputation for being
Already the Widowmaker.
Tail happy,
Already
yeah.
the car that really wanted to just kill anybody who was driving it and didn't know what they were doing.
right.
Who's it, Jerry? Or no, I'm trying to think of who that was that had that local 930, that black one, the slant nose that had the turbos.
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, there was also making like 750 horsepower.
Yeah. Hi, I want to build
That's a number.
portion of the rest of the world. Yeah, we want to build a car with a big turbo, but we don't really know how to manage boost. And we'll just sell it to people. Sound good? Okay.
Got you, fam.
And we'll sell it to them in brown.
I like it.
And suddenly there were a lot fewer brokers and doctors out there.
750 horsepower in a GT2 RS is one thing. 750 horsepower in a 30-year-old, very unrefined rear-wheel drive.
Fancy Beetle.
Effectively a fancy Beetle.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Sign me up if I had the money.
I mean, I got a death wish.
I already own another car that wants to kill me. Might as well add to the list.
Fuck it.
Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of things that aren't trying to kill you and in
Yes.
fact want to keep you alive, we're
Yeah.
finally getting cool headlights.
Yeah, this is in response to a Toyota petition from 2013.
Well, you
so
know, government
it's the
bureaucracy.
government. Yeah, it's the government. Took
They will
5 years.
They will get to it when they are damn good and ready.
Are we getting lasers?
We are
No.
getting advanced headlights, which could include lasers.
Lasers.
Yeah.
Adaptive headlights.
Yeah,
Frickin'
so
sharks with frickin' lasers attached to their frickin' heads.
these headlights are so cool because they're individual LEDs can turn off so that you don't blind the car in front of you, but yet you can have your headlights see around them.
Yeah.
It's really cool that they've had these headlights around for a couple years in Europe, but we haven't been able to get them because of rules about lighting and all that crap.
It's because Americans can't have nice things.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, we can't have nice things that prevent people from getting hit in the dark. But,
No,
Right.
No.
Can't have that.
Lasers might blind you while you're driving.
God.
Depends on the wavelength, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the NHTSA finally approved this because they noted that a recent study by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety found that pedestrian deaths in dark conditions jumped 56% from 2009 to 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Yikes.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So,
But back in 2005, the NHTSA did extensive research on nighttime glare, which obviously didn't get anywhere because this would help in that case. But VW filed a petition, BMW filed a petition, so and those were 2 and 1 year ago. So they'll get to those eventually. But
yeah, don't worry.
yeah.
Yeah.
They do still have to go through a public comment period, so it's not official yet, but
Yeah.
they're working on it. So that's the good news.
That's, well,
Definitely a bonus.
hopefully that comes sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
Yep. And speaking of things that take their merry sweet goddamn time. Hey, we all remember the LFA and how long it took for that thing to actually become a thing, right?
Yeah, decades.
Yep.
Actual decades.
Yes, actually.
Like they're still almost relevant, and they've stopped making them for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's redesign it twice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we have to build a thing
Yeah,
so we can
have to
actually
build-
build the thing.
The whole carbon fiber mill.
The wire loom, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So we want to know, though, Lexus, what are you up to?
Because there was an LFA in camo out on the ring.
Yes. Why? Exactly, why? So they haven't made the car in 5 years, but the LFA is out with camouflage on it, and it's not like a ridiculous amount of camouflage.
Watch it be
No.
Toyota and Lexus just fucking with us.
Just
It's
around the
yeah,
wheels.
it's minor. Yeah, you can tell that the wheel arches, the fenders themselves are a bit wider. It's
Yeah.
looking like it's a Nürburgring model
Yes.
Yeah.
of the LFA.
Okay, so, I mean, here's a thought. What if they're trying to develop something for the LC 500,
Yeah, I was going to say,
I mean-
what if it's a test mule?
a test mule for something else that's wearing LFA clothing?
Yeah,
But
because...
the-
But why wouldn't they just have an LFA out there? Why
Well-
would they go through the trouble of putting
They had
camo
one
on
laying
it?
around the shop? I don't know.
Well,
I
also,
don't know.
those cars are
It's-
completely different engine.
Right.
Well-
Well, what if they're
architecture.
developing a possible
well,
V10?
yeah, I mean, you remember...
Or a V10 with turbos, or a V10 with a hybrid system,
Yeah,
or
'cause-
all of the above.
Yeah.
Because you already have the platform white test
Yeah,
on.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, when we were still in the early stages of the new NSX being, more than vaporware. There
When
were
like Jerry Seinfeld and Jay Leno were fighting over it.
No, before that, before the
Oh,
prototype
okay.
burned to the ground. No, there were S2000s out on the Nürburgring making really weird noises.
Yeah.
And it was Honda just throwing different mills
Yeah.
in an AP2 and being like, all right, see what it does.
I mean, fuck.
So-
Where's
When
that from?
when the GT350 was in development, I believe it was for the GT350, Ford in Detroit took these riced up Mustangs, like completely unsuspecting, no camo. They just made them look like ricey as fuck and shoved the Voodoo motor in there and was undergoing development there.
Jeez.
That way.
That was smart.
There's
Yeah.
photos out there. I don't know if I can find them of the Veyron testing for the new one. What's the new one called?
Chiron.
Chiron. Yeah. So it had like the inch like this far out of the. You can't see like 12 inches out of the back of the hood.
Well, and yeah, Bugatti's also been playing with the idea of doing a four-door like super saloon.
Well, they've been
with
playing that
that
since
motor.
like 2001
8.
because they had the EB218,
Yeah.
which was a 2-door or 4-door,
Yeah. Long nose. Super long nose.
super long nose with the weird Countryman carriage doors in the back.
Yep.
Well, and here's something to think about. Here's just a little nugget for thought. Nowhere in this was mentioned if it sounded any different.
Right.
than
Yeah.
the
And
normal
I
LFA.
combed over it for that.
Yeah, because the LFA has a very distinct sound.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a very
The best sound.
It's a
Yeah.
very nice high performance V10.
Yeah.
Yamaha
It's
too.
Howl.
Right.
Yeah, it is an F1 V10. Like,
Exactly.
that's where they got it.
Right,
From
exactly.
their defunct F1 team.
So who's to say? I mean, we didn't hear any comments of the audio signature,
Yeah.
who's to say that maybe they're testing a hybrid drivetrain of
That's
some
what I'm
kind,
thinking.
or an
Yeah.
electric drivetrain of
Well,
some
yeah.
kind.
So I mean, they're
Probably true, but
If-
would they come out with an LFA hybrid now?
Well,
that's been done.
Who's to say they wouldn't just throw everything together in a test mule that they had laying around?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
there
what I'm
is
thinking.
that-
Take that from an LFA and then shove the actual thing after it's been developed properly and
Yeah.
shove it in an LC
Well,
chassis.
Or-
I know there. No, there is already a hybrid LC. I thought.
There is.
There is,
Well-
yeah.
But it's a V8.
Yeah, well,
It's the hybrid LC's a V6.
It is?
Yeah, it is a V6. Yeah.
well,
I
here's
thought they had that with the V8.
They
The
have
V8?
the LC 500 with the V8, and the 500H is a V6.
Oh,
With the
I
hybrid
thought the 500H was a V8 with hybrid.
no.
Never mind.
Yeah, well,
It's. Yeah.
I mean, it could be for an LC. It could be for that Toyota GR Super Sport thing that they're going to have to put into production at some point if they want to keep racing at Le Mans. Because,
Good point.
Maybe
So-
it's a new Supra.
God damn it!
Maybe it's a V10 Supra.
Oh my god.
All right,
Maybe it's just another twin turbo inline six. Who knows?
Anyway, we'll find it. We'll find out in another decade or so.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed.
right.
Something that's coming out real quickly,
We hope.
we hope. Bollinger, I think I butchered that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
I couldn't tell
Bollingered
you.
it.
Yeah,
Ah.
Wow.
oh, bollocks.
Oh, Bollinger.
Anywho, very good. Very good.
Amazing.
So they are announcing the B2 electric pickup truck. It looks kind of like a four-door, like Rubicon Ute looking thing.
It almost
Yeah.
looks like an LM002.
It's like
Yeah.
LM002,
Meets
Rubicon,
Bronco.
and
Ah.
Bronco,
Yeah.
and
Got
a
a
little bit
photo?
of Defender.
It looks like a
Yeah.
child
It's got
designed
a lot
it.
of Defender 110 in it.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
It-
Anywho,
It has a little bit of like the. Oh, yeah, you said H1 Hummer. didn't
But
you?
with like a plexiglass roof.
right? It's really cool looking. Like
Yeah.
I like the SUV they've got going on, and now they've got the longer wheelbase truck thing going on here.
So there's this great image on this Autoblog article with there's this front like hatch almost like a door that opens, and there's the back hatch that goes from the cab to the truck, and the back tailgate's down, and then it's just like fucking plywood
Just
through
lumber
the
all the way to the
entire
dash.
fucking thing.
Yeah, all the way to the dash.
Yeah, it actually sticks out beyond the front of the truck.
Yeah, just so much lumber.
Yeah, just
So
showing the
is it,
versatility.
Wait, no, never mind. Forgot my joke.
It's all right. But
Is it a Morgan?
there you go.
Ah,
Wow!
Anyway,
Wow!
the interesting thing about this, though, is
that hurt.
they're
Sorry.
they're
That
actually
hurt me.
classifying it as a Class 3 truck with a GVWR rating of 10,001 pounds, which all your like 2,500, 3,500, F250, 350s,
Yeah.
they're all at like 9,900 pounds or 10,000 pounds because it changes
This is
everything
one better.
about the truck.
This is one better.
Yeah, well, it is one better, but then it also means it fits different regulations.
True.
So I'm not super caught up on this truck. Is this a U.S. produced truck or is this out of country?
I believe this is a U.S.
Bollinger?
Because I was going to say was if it's not a U.S. truck, maybe that's why it's a 4-doors to try to get past the chicken tax.
No, this is, sorry, I was taking a bite. It is a U.S. vehicle. Their SUV that they've announced, the B1, that is a 2-door truck, a 2-door SUV. But then now the B2 is going to be like a full 4-door.
And just to catch you up,
pickup truck.
the B1 is a dual motor, like twin electric.
Okay.
520 horse, 514 torque, 6.5 seconds to 60, 100 mile an hour top speed, 15-inch ground clearance.
Is this the one where it's their kits, basically? You can put them together yourself? Or no?
No,
No,
it'll
this
be a
is-
complete vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, guys, Google this thing. The
It's pretty
Bollinger
cool.
B1 and Bollinger B2.
Yeah,
like,
120 kilowatt hour battery pack, 200 mile range estimated.
And it has a 5,000 pound payload capacity.
Yeah,
Isn't
like
that bad?
I would love to see like what the battery life would be on this hauling or towing, or
I'd
you
love
know,
to see
of
that
those
as
such.
well.
Yeah, I mean,
It is still a little bit vaporware because it has not. They have not produced one yet.
right.
But
They've only got prototype B1s,
correct.
and they're looking at making a 4-door B1 and the B2, which is the truck,
Right,
So
and
the
that
same
they're
basic platform.
hoping by 2020.
which would be super cool. I would
Right.
love to see
That's
something
not that
like
far
that.
away.
It's not. You're right, and they look pretty heavy duty. I mean, they're 8-lug wheels.
Yeah,
They're like a full ladder frame. They're a heavy duty piece of equipment here.
they have a higher rating than your F350 for GVWR.
Which is kind of sad. I mean, I have an F250, by the way.
250,
but yeah,
sorry.
That's okay.
But you can fit 72 full sheets of plywood in it, which is crazy. That's a lot. Anyway,
Yep. So,
Yeah, so this is going to be pretty cool. So they're saying this could have about a 200-mile range,
yeah, but
but we'll see.
We'll see.
Loaded. I don't know.
Yep.
Anywho, something else that we can't wait to see
mm-hmm.
would be the 2020 Ford Bronco.
Which is apparently happening.
It's apparently
I'm
a
so
thing.
excited for that.
Yep.
I'm still skeptical.
I really
am too.
I
but-
really
Yeah.
want to see what the actual production looks like. I mean, as of right now, it looks far too concept.
Yeah, it's the same concept picture that you've seen shared for the last 5 years, except somebody
right.
colored it red.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not a gray one.
But
Yeah, the gray one's
there's-
the
yeah.
Ford one. Somebody just got happy in Photoshop. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah, so anywho, there's some work going on at Getrag, specifically in their China plant,
yep,
for a 7-speed manual transmission to be used in all-wheel drive configurations.
yep,
Oh.
with their 2.7 liter EcoBoost.
Right,
Yep.
meaning transfer case options. Now, this new Getrag, I believe it's been called the MT88
Yep.
internally. 405 foot-pounds of torque rating, which goes perfect to the 400 foot-pound rating that the 2.7 EcoBoost has.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, this puts it in real good competition with the Wrangler.
Yeah, that's
because
honestly the real reason why you would do it.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. I would not have thought that Ford would want to bring something out with a man pedal and that Jeep would still have one.
Yeah, Jeep still
I
does
was
have one on the
surprised when I found
V6.
that
I'm actually
Yeah.
really surprised that you can still get the 3.6 with a 6-speed.
Yeah, you cannot get it on the 2-liter Turbo 4, but
Right.
on the Jeep. But
I wonder if Ford would do something crazy, like put the
answer is
V6.
no.
no,
Because if you think about like the original Ford Bronco, they put the 302 in it. They put their biggest engine in it to have fun.
Right.
What would think they'd put their Raptor engine in the Bronco?
No.
With the 3.5?
I mean,
Or whatever?
I figure somebody would probably do it aftermarket,
Right.
yeah,
but I doubt Ford would,
It'd be a factory
would spend
thing.
the,
Yeah, there's-
the resources on
It would be that thing of, with the BRZs, having people, begging and pleading for boost.
Yeah.
Or be
Yeah.
like, just put the WRX engine in there, and Ford never or Subaru never will.
yeah, Subaru's,
Right.
yeah, because they don't want to cannibalize other sales. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be one of those things.
yeah, it's a lot like we're never going to get a Scirocco in this country because we have the GTI.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, which is a ridiculous excuse.
Yeah.
Because they sell the GTI right alongside the Scirocco in other markets.
Exactly,
But again, America cannot have nice things
because
ever.
we've proven time and time again.
that
This
we
is
are
why we can't have
incapable of
nice
doing
things.
it.
Yep.
Right, exactly.
We're all children.
Yes, but hey, you know what is a nice thing? Wide body 911s.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what else is nice? When every 911 is a wide body 911.
I disagree. I kind of like having the narrow body, wide body
You're
differentiation.
weird.
Li-
Anyway.
here's
Yeah.
the thing.
You're weird.
I'm a man who does not lie. Therefore, I like big booties.
I do prefer the wide body look, yes, but
yeah.
how am I supposed to stick my nose down at those base Carreras when I'm in my
Because
Carrera
you stick
4S?
your nose. Because you stick your nose down at the 718s that
So-
are missing 2 cylinders.
Good point.
So what we're talking about is
Go about
the,
your business then.
all the 992 911s are going to be wide body.
Yes.
Did you hear about the recent 992s that were spotted here in Salt Lake City?
No,
No.
Yeah.
I'm.
They were just chilling in downtown with some other 718 spiders.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah. Y'all didn't hear about this? Okay.
No,
That's
like
fine.
I mean,
I actually didn't.
Yeah, I posted on Utah Porsche Enthusiast.
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, something that the rest of us in this basement
Trent-
are not
Trent's
part
in
of.
there.
I'm on there,
Trent's
but
in
I
there.
did not see that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I think they limit what you see because you have an inferior Porsche.
they're not happy that called Stampy.
It's actually a Volkswagen.
It actually is a Touareg.
I like your V8 Touareg.
Thank you.
God. All right. Well,
Anyway, so yeah, they're going to have the wide hips. Right now, they are like 71.6 inch wide rear hips, and now they're going to go up to like an even 72. But the also interesting thing, they're going to have staggered wheel diameters, which is usually reserved for the RS models. But,
or the turbo ones.
Yeah, so the Carrera and the Carrera S could have 19 inches in the front, 20 inches in the back, or optional 20s and 21s, which is interesting. So not only staggered width, also staggered diameter. But they said they're doing all this because of grip.
Yep.
Well, I mean, so this is all trickle-down evolution in tech from, like you were talking about, their RSs, and this is how Porsche likes to evolve their brand and evolve their lower-ish tier cars.
You should
right?
be a spokesperson for Porsche.
Porsche, call me. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not responding to the voicemails.
Dear Porsche, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
Damn.
I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
Damn, Stan.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, you know, I keep on getting the voicemail boxes full.
And your email goes straight to their junk folder.
Yes, exactly. No,
We're sorry, the number you have dialed cannot be completed. Please hang up and try again.
But here's something crazy. The Carrera S and 4S will now make more horsepower than a 996 Turbo did.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I love that.
And then the base Carrera models actually jump up another 15 horsepower to make 385.
You know what's funny, though? The GT3s from 10 years ago were making 400.
Right. And now a Carrera S will make 450.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great.
But there's not much change in length, and it's the exact same wheelbase. So it's not going to be that different other than the width and the taillights that connect at the back, which not my favorite design trait.
You know, it's looking a little too Panamera-esque for me.
Yeah.
I like the 991.2s more, which are the current ones that are for sale.
Right.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Hey, Dave, remember how you keep saying that
BMWs
BMWs are now the
I'm gonna
the
take
ultimate
this bad
driving
boy over.
couch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So, BMW is sick of hearing that shit.
Yeah, the development chief, Klaus Froelich, gave quite the interview to Australia's Motoring.
Yeah.
And here's the quote. It has beat everybody in the segment in driving dynamics because all the Australian, UK, and American journalists say, ooh, the E46 CSL was the last real 3 Series.
It was.
Froelich trolled motoring.com.au. I do not want to hear that shit anymore.
Direct quote.
So
Yes.
here's the thing. Unless you take all the computers out of them and you give us direct controls, direct connection to everything, including the road, you are not going to make it like the cars of 15 and 20 years ago. And they will always be inferior to those cars from 50 or 20 years ago for that exact reason. That's my opinion. That's the opinion of several others.
Well, and like that measurement, though, that people keep on referring to is completely and purely and utterly subjective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about feel.
Yes.
Where BMW is they are a bunch of bean counters now, and they'll just look at things objectively and try to make things like, we made it this way because it's better.
The computer
It
says
just
it's
is
better.
better.
Yeah.
Right. We've
the
got
algorithm
here.
says this is the ultimate driving machine, so therefore it
The
is
ones
the
and
ultimate driving
zeros
machine.
say that this is better, so it is better.
Right, exactly. And with the introduction of the 2019 3 Series, they are hoping to get rid of this.
They're
Yes.
basically saying, shut up and drive it, and you'll see how amazing it is.
I
Well-
don't want to drive it. I want it to make me coffee, and I want it to fly me to the moon. Because apparently it's capable of that.
Yeah.
Anywho, they're setting the character for the rest of their lineup here. First thing, and for me this is the most important thing, you can drive fast and completely relaxed. You don't feel how fast you are. Second thing, and this thing is a big achievement, this car is much more valuable. It has much better materials, and it's solid like a rock. Total side note, when I'm reading this, I feel like Trump is saying it.
This dude,
Yeah, that's what I thought when I was reading it.
like
This car is huge.
This dude is very defensive about this thing that is apparently
Yeah,
hey,
but BMW
all the
fanboys
journalists-
are the fucking most irritating people.
Agreed. Agreed.
All the journalists are spouting fake news right now.
Just
No,
For-
it's
for
subjective
which-
alternative facts.
For
There you
which
go.
reasons, Trent?
Anywho.
Are we talking political or otherwise?
To continue, from the comfort, it is more like a 5 Series because this cluster architecture is so stiff. For example, 50% stiffness increase between front axle and bulkhead, 30% overall stiffness increase. You do not only feel it in driving, you feel it in ride comfort. Okay, here's the thing.
like you can tell me that it is so like super stiff and everything, but then you have just told me that I'm not going to really feel the speed that I am doing, which is delightful.
Takes away from the experience.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's-
This is why I say they're not the ultimate driving machine
Like-
anymore. It's because you don't feel how fast you're going. You don't feel the car wanting
Yeah.
to kill you.
That's why you buy a BMW over a Mercedes in the
Yeah.
first place.
Exactly.
I don't want my 3 Series to feel like a GT car, something that is just going to eat up miles at a high rate of speed, and I'm not going to notice.
But that's what they've turned into.
It is,
Not even including this
No.
new thing, like
Yeah,
the
it's
E92s and up,
yeah,
the F80s or whatever.
yeah. Like it's just
While we're piling on BMW, can I throw out a pet peeve of mine?
Hit it.
The brand new 2019 BMW X3. I've been seeing a few of them out lately. Where does BMW put all their emblems? On like
In the wrong place.
they put them at the top of the trunk lid, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you got the roundel there, the BMW roundel, and
Right.
on either side you've got, 540i and
Whatever.
your M badge or whatever.
Typically, they're on the right side of the model and trim, and then
Right.
on the left side you would have it, whether it's X-Drive or not.
Right. What they're doing with this new X3 is putting it at the bottom of the tailgate. It looks like all those cars that go into the body shop that don't know how to place the emblems in the right place.
Oh no!
And they stick it down at the bottom.
No, I've seen
and
that.
it's-
I've seen it
it's
on
like-
the X4s too.
Yeah,
Same
it's,
shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Ugh.
X3 M40i or something like that. I'm like, no, I'm like, who wrecked one already? And why did the body shop put the
Right.
badges in the wrong
no,
place?
no, that's
Right.
factory.
Yep.
terrible.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
BMW is surely about ready to make Dynan badges look normal. Remember, like I've said before, if a Dynan badge looks like it's supposed to be there, it's an imposter.
Yep.
That's been confirmed by somebody I know with 3 legitimate Dynan 5 Series. And he says, they all look like a kid stuck them on my trunk lid, which means they are legit.
Yeah, I do know a Dynan 540 that is that way. That
Exactly.
is a legit Dynan
Exactly.
540.
So,
or 540,
anywho,
yeah.
to bring it home here with BMW, they're saying that this is the best 3 Series ever, this, that, and the other. Come drive them because, it's better in every way than the cars we made 15 and 20 years
Sounds
ago.
like he's trying really hard to make a sales
But it's
pitch.
also the first 3 Series to come launching without a man pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So full stop,
So-
you've lost me, BMW.
Yeah, it's what
Yeah.
no shit, it's going to be better than what was made 15, 20 years ago. That is how we progress.
The guy who owns the Dynan 540i has said, I'm never buying another new BMW because of that.
There's no reason. He's already
Right.
got an E39.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
It's the best chassis that they made before they started attaching the fucking space shuttle to these
Right.
things.
I mean, I just drove a new M2 or a 2016 M2 like a couple months ago.
Right. There's a video about it.
There is a video about it. I can talk about it on the Thursday episode of the podcast. But anyway, I wasn't exactly thrilled.
Yeah.
For the money, I wasn't super duper thrilled.
Huh. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well,
Speaking of not being thrilled,
Yeah, this one we're just going to go ahead and blow right on through it because we're way over time
because
and
we're running the light right now.
and this doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that 4-cylinder Silverado.
No surprise, a full-size truck with a tiny turbo 4-cylinder gets horse shit for gas mileage.
it gets within spitting distance of the best, but those best are running 6 cylinders.
Yeah. So,
That-
I mean, when I can get a Pentastar Ram to get better mileage than a turbo 4-cylinder Silverado,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then
You're losing me.
even the EcoBoost 2.7 Ford F-150 will
Right.
get better gas mileage.
Right.
And that's a great motor.
That's a ground-up motor.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the Silverado Turbo 4 is the same way, but
yeah.
we all saw it
Silverado.
coming.
Yep. Called it.
That's a little bit too much truck for a little bit too small of motor.
Yes.
Chevy Silverado.
The Ford F-15000. Anywho. So, we're not surprised. Chevy,
No.
do your homework. I'm sure that there's probably some, sporting achievements in this thing hiding in the woodwork. But for right now, you're not doing what you said you were making it to do.
Yup. Yep.
Anywho.
And on that note, let us bring this sucker on into port.
Exactly. Hey, you guys can find us all over the place. We are at CamAutoMag everywhere, all the various social medias. You can always write into us at mailbag@camautomag.com.
Yep.
You can find our podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all the places.
Yep.
Our website even.
Yeah. YouTube.
That's where I stream it. That's where
YouTube,
Zack
yes.
streams it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and I'm going to be working on getting the YouTube thing going a little bit nicer.
Yeah,
Maybe get our ugly mugs on the pictars here.
You don't want to look at
I
it.
Don't know why.
I think we just need to work on the picture that we're putting up there, but
That's okay.
that is neither here nor there right now. Anyway,
But
well, we'll be back here in a couple days because we do this thing twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
we've got a question of the week for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
No guests because, things change, but whatever.
That's okay. There's still 5 of us in the basement.
Yes. 5 of us in this basement.
Shockingly.
And we're going to make it work.
Yep.
I haven't left yet for some reason.
Going to make it work.
Well, thank God.
You do know where the door is.
Yep. Anyway, I've been Mike.
I've been Gavin.
I have been Daddy Rads.
I've been Trent.
Oh, hi. It's me.
God,
Zack.
God damn it.
Why do we bring you here?
Just fire
You're
me.
Okay.
talking your way out of that
No.
seat.
But who
Sorry.
is the anonymous?
Good night, Zach. I like turtles.